Okay, so this is Willie. Willie is 7 years old. Willie came in late January 2016. Basically, mom came home, he couldn't walk, probably related to jumping off the couch or something like that. Willie, usually these cases are touch and go, obviously, because he couldn't really move or feel his legs. But he had a lot of pain and sensitivity right in here, probably a disc injury of some sort, a bulge, or along with some major muscle spasm, but very, very sensitive and painful in through here. And then the rear legs, see, that's called the withdrawal reflex. Okay, he barely had that. You can talk to me.
So that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was very, very strong. Don't worry, you're not on camera.
Oh, okay.
He can edit all this out. But so we're looking for the withdrawal reflex. So he didn't really have either on either leg. He had a little tiny one, but after right now, much stronger. He's actually moving those legs really, really strong, and this is the first time he's ever done that before. Another good thing is last night, because we gave him a lot of times with cases like this, what I try to tell my clients is we need these back feet on the ground as much as possible to connect the brain and the spine and the back feet together. So we had him doing some of that. We had him doing a little bit of tickling of the feet. Anything to stimulate the foot and the bottom of the foot with the brain so that we can reconnect things again. So they've been doing that pretty religiously. Yes.
Up in the air.
Yes. A little bit of stretching, a little bit of moving around. And just today, you saw him walk a little bit.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Twice.
So walking around or just taking a few steps?
Just steps.
Okay.
But to me, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's very, very good. I mean, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visits in order to get him to move like this, which is great. Usually in a case like this, when we get up to 6 or 8 visits and they're still not walking, then that means, well, we might not be able to help. But luckily, Willie seems to have turned a corner here. Okay, so we're going to get started. So right in here was the real sensitive area. So much less intense. Still notices it a little bit, but not nearly as sensitive or reactive as it was when we first met. Again, we're looking for these reflexes. That's not normal. That means there's neurologic static or interference. See, when I pull the trigger, nothing happens. So we're right on the spine, and what this instrument does is the first time it actually diagnoses, telling me there's something wrong, and then if I get a reaction, I will stimulate the area multiple times, and what it does is it helps the nervous system to wake up or unclog. So we go all the way down the leg. As you can see, a little bit stronger in the hip. That's good.
He just looks at me like,
What is he doing? Right, you're fine. It's all right. You're walking now because of this, all right? You're walking. Yes. And the incident happened in December of 2015. So usually the quicker I get to them, the quicker we can get results, and the longer it is, the longer it may take, or we may not get results. And we talked about that a lot, but Mom didn't hear about me until mid-January, right? So.
right. That was from Facebook.
From Facebook, the almighty Facebook, right? I'm just going to kind of hold him up by his tail just so I can get his leg. This doesn't hurt him at all. It just allows me to do my job. We'll actually hold him up by his leg a little bit better. So as you can see, even from the other side, that leg moving around in the pelvis and in the hip. I believe this was always his worst leg,
Yeah, it was.
okay?
Yeah.
And so this is the worst leg, so we get a much stronger reaction on this side. Normally, the worst leg we get a stronger reaction, or sometimes if they're really gimpy and compensating, the compensatory leg will actually be the strongest because it's doing too much work, or more work than it should be. So he's a little bit slippy, so I'm going to hold his feet, but he's actually standing, okay? He couldn't do that at all in the very beginning. In the beginning, if we set him up and I held his feet, right, he's standing up right now, Okay, so that's great. And I mean, that's basically a normal stance. That's the first time that's ever happened. In the very beginning, he would just fall right down. So in a case like this, if they would have went another route, basically they'd be looking at MRIs, they'd be looking at possible spinal surgery. You know, you're looking at $5,000 to $10,000 approximately. Although there's some very good surgeons around here and all across the area, there's still no guarantee, and you can also have complications, side effects, those kind of things. With this kind of work, there really are no side effects. Sometimes they can get a little bit sore, but we call that a healing reaction, which is a good thing. So phase 2 is for muscles. So a little bit of a bouncing again up in that mid-thoracic. See that leg bouncing? The other leg would probably be bouncing too, but he's sitting on it. No big deal. So what we're trying to do here is, number 1, we stimulate the nerves. Number 2, we relax the muscles, and we get the nerve and the muscle communicating better. And obviously at every single level, I'm mobilizing every single level of his spine. And that's great. So what we're doing is we're trying to bring vitality back, and we're trying to bring things back to life instead of things being cut off. This technique also hits the acupuncture points. We're probably stimulating more acupuncture points than you would get needled during a visit with both instruments. So that's even a little bit less of a reaction. Usually, even though this seems like a strong reaction, it was way stronger even last week. He's a little more calm with the visits too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First visits he was a little ornery with me, but I understand. He was very sore and very guarded. We go up and we check the shoulders, we check the neck always, just to make sure, because he's been dragging himself around, I'm assuming, a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, did he take several steps and walk?
I actually see him do it about 3 times.
Just strolling around?
Yeah, like
Okay.
2 to 4 steps.
Okay. So that's a start.
But I was excited.
Yeah,
I
you
was
should
like,
be excited.
I
It's
was.
exciting
I was like,
stuff.
I had a baby or something.
Yeah, it's
you know?
exciting stuff.
I first thought it was seeing things.
Yeah. So you can even see, I'm on the opposite side, and you can see this side bouncing. Okay, so that's how powerful this work is. And it really, really picks up things at a much, much deeper level than anything that I've ever known before. And I've been doing this for 17 years.